morning. Welcome to... No, that sucked. Good evening. Welcome to the Cope and Seethe live show podcast extravaganza. What is fucking going on? Oh, I poured a big glass of wine. It's loving time. I'm sure a lot of you were celebrating Valentine's on Wednesday. And we're going to be continuing in that fashion this evening. Hawk, where are you? The man of the fucking hour. I bet he's not going to turn up. Oh, Carol. Well, maybe we could do this for you as well. That's the comment of the evening, I think. Congratulations on that one. Wait a minute. Good old GC with advice on how to get a girl. Just avoid his advice. May I advise you to learn how to spell, Carol? You know, it's quite important. Otherwise, people won't know what you're fucking saying. Did I work out today? I did, but I only briefly did it because I was feeling a bit knackered. Oh, and I had a bit of a... Oh, there we go. Feeling a bit fucking stiff. That's what she said. But, yeah, I did a brief one on the bike. Thanks for asking. Oh, yeah, well, you know, since... For those of you who are new, which is fucking none of you, we do have a spin the wheel on the stream. All you have to do is put in a super chat. Also, if you do want to find a lady, I will prioritize those who donate. I would prefer donations to be on the PayPal, if at all possible. If you'll notice there, I'm still a ways off from the 500. I need 220 to get there. So I think, you know, tonight's the night, I reckon. If 22 of you currently watching all put in a tenner, job done, you know? What is a tenner these days? I mean, you can't even get a bus ride for that kind of money. So... Margaret Mong. Hello. How to get... Okay, Francisco's in with his wisdom. How to get a girl. Get out and talk to a girl. Get rejected and repeat until she doesn't reject you. That's how you kill your inner incel. Law of averages, I believe, is what you've stumbled onto there. If you ask out 100 women, 99 might say fuck off and die, but one of them might just be stupid enough to say yes. I'm glad you asked. So I wasn't going to tell you. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm on the plan. I'm waiting. I kind of want to see if Hawk's around. There he is. There he is. Right, I think we can start with this. Although I might have a quick little rant about True Detective Night Country, the greatest comedy ever made, just so we can take our time a little bit with the how to get some puss section. Plus, I need to tease you, and I need to see if any donations are coming in. So, you know, we can deal with that as and when we come to it. Oh, there has been... Oh, Melissa, I mean, I suppose £5 in Mexican money is probably enough for a 5-star hotel. I know it's not much. The conversion rate is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm a bit poor. I know that. You're Mexican. You don't need to explain. You need to move to a cheaper country. You're not wrong. Hope you're doing well. Well, thank you very much. That's a very kind offer. And you know what? I'll give you a little... Well, we could actually... You can have a choice. You can either have a spin or we can try and find you a man. What do you think? Painbow bringing in the black pill realism. He's actually got a pretty good point, to be honest. But we can probably go there on another day. If the end goal is just getting laid, yeah, not a lot of excuses. Margaret, you see that big QR code on the right on the screen? Scan that motherfucker, or there is I believe there's a link in the description, or I mean the super chat thing should be there. I don't know where that is. So it depends. It can either be via YouTube or, yeah, the preferred method is via the QR code, which is here. There you go. Because that will go straight to the. It's easy. It will just flash up on the phone how much you want to give. Oh, Hawk's so drunk and tired. Well, get yourself a coffee, mate, because we're going to have to do a lot of research, I reckon. Although I'm going to guess you're probably you're going to get 3 selections, I reckon. And if they're sucky ones, I'll give it to someone else. Do I do spins on tick? Oh, you mean on tap? No, in a word. Exactly, Melissa makes a very good point. And Hawk, I think your English is up to scratch, but I wouldn't. Don't try and dabble in wordplay, because Q doesn't sound like cuck, I'm afraid. Maybe it does in your world, but I think you're just giving away how often you are on the hub. So anyway, I think Melissa said she wanted a spin, so alright, let's do it. Let's go. The first spin of the night. The first of fucking many, I'm hoping. Yeah, I thought you lot were very cheap last week, and I won't stand for it, you hear? What's it landed on? Oh, you got extra spin, you lucky bitch. Do you want that spin now? Which I'm assuming you will. My fucking my Mac is acting a bit weird. I'm expecting some bad behaviour because it's being slow as shit. Alright, let me I might have to. I need to give it a good old blow. Again. That's what she said. This isn't normal. Yes, please, on the spin. Alright, let's do it. Congratulations. There is your winning prize. Cherish it. Clip it up. Keep it close to your heart. You know, I only do this when the wheel determines it to be so, you know. Anyway, I need to get this arranged because this is a fucking mess right now. But yeah, the plan for the stream, right, well, I don't want to mention what the section is just yet, but we will be looking at some ladies quite shortly. I'm going to do a little write-up of, not a write-up, a quick review of episode 5 of Night Country, more sensibly known as Shite Country. And I'm also going to be talking about a wee little film, Russian film, called A Place on Earth, for about 2 minutes, if you're lucky. So we will have to address this as well, by the way. I've got to figure out. Alright, let's see. Oh, Margaret, you tight. What's going on? some boomers watching this trying to figure out how they can donate. It's bad enough when I have to deal with my own mother, so just work it out. It's not difficult. We've already rated that dog, so that's out. If you want to know the answer to this question, you got to cough up some coin and get lucky on the wheel. You know, there's stages. Can't be dishing out answers to any old willy-nilly question, can I? Anyway, what's it been? 15 mins. All right, let's do the true dick. I'll check the emails. Nothing. This is painful. 15 minutes in. What do you want me to do with this? Anyway. Yeah, let's. I'll do the reviews first, and then we'll get into the juice. I have got a video. Congratulations to Zarathustra last week. We might get to that because I've also got Incel My Ride. I've got a couple of persons on that one this week, and that's pretty much it. Aside from my usual rambling nonsense, so. But I will keep True Detective's thing brief.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. Wait.
No! Yeah! Jesus!
I'm here all week. If you know, you know. What can I say? Yeah, episode 5. Episode 5 of a season where it's almost complex. Try to figure out where the plot is in this program. Like it's actually unreal. There's moments in it where you can't help. Like people are commenting how they switch off when I'm waffling on about this. Try watching the fucking show because it just has so much filler, so much bollocks dialogue, so much exhibition within bollocks dialogue, trash acting, awful pacing. Needle drops of songs that have no real right most of the time to be on the series. I mean, I might have mentioned it before, but fucking Spice Girls was on one of them. Admittedly briefly, but still. I don't want to see a Spice Girls fucking song anywhere near a True Detective season. Thank you very much, Issa Lopez. Or whoever fucking made that decision. But it is without. I mean, I said this last week, I'm sure. It's not just a bad detective show, it's the worst show I've ever seen. Like, it's almost like a parody. Like, if you've ever watched something like Police Squad, which was like a comedy series, a very brief one, and a very good one. The plots in that had more subtlety and care and development and mystery and intrigue, and that they were complete goofs. This show, I don't think I've ever seen something where they force scenes to happen with there's no build up, there's no real right for them to be there. You've got NPC characters who just pop up when they're needed for the plot and eliminated in similar fashion. There was actually a scene, I'm going to spoil it in case you want to be dumb enough to actually watch it at some point, where they've been building up. There's this dumb young cop who Foster's character Danvers is basically mentoring the whole way, but the way she mentors him is just to treat him like a piece of shit. She just spits on his face every fucking moment, and he's the only guy who does any detective work in the whole show from what I've seen so far. And that usually just involves him checking documents and searching things in the database, and that's about it. And he uncovers convenient developments when the plot needs it to happen. So it's already built up this tension between him, her, and his dad, who also is a policeman on the force, a useless one, who is so obviously corrupt, it's like a joke. Like, there's actually a moment where fucking Danvers and Navarro, the two leading girl boss ladies, discover that he hid evidence of a previous case that is that is basically integral to the current case and intertwined and all of that, and yet no one seems to think, that's a bit suspicious, because otherwise they won't be able to have this fucking scene that I'm about to bitch about. It's so absurd. Like, there's many a scene where this would happen, but they literally they literally know that he kind of covered up evidence and kept it from them. And when they discover this, there's nothing in their head that goes, I wonder if this guy might be a little bit bent. Like, they just seem to like write it off as some quirky personality trait, and I can't get over how stupid this whole season is. Before I get to that, there's this whole thing with there's something in the water because of the mines, and there's these protests that are really shoehorned in, and you've got this like a Native American girl, or they're trying to pawn her off as a girl, who is the adopted daughter of Danvers' character, who is totally needless. Like, there's no point to her being in the story, just like there's no point with the young dumb guy's wife, who's just a bitch basically throughout the whole thing. And they have this protest scene where it's literally like they pick out this moment to bring her into it. And it just looks absurd. Like, it looks so forced. Everything in this season is so forced. It's dreadful beyond even describability a lot of the time. Like, it's so dog shit. And this girl, basically, as well, who's pretending to be about 18, 19, looks about 30, is lesing it up with some 15-year-old girl. And this fucking plot point that's in there, there's no relevance to it. Like, what's it trying to say? What, she's got a Lolita fetish or something? Like, it doesn't really, like, it's there, but there's no real point for it to be there. And yeah, this is just all designed so that Navarro can come in and try and protect her, and then there's this tension between the cops and the authorities and the protesters and all this stuff, and it's so it's terrible. And then anyway, the young Dunn cop, or more his dad, at one point, we already know he's corrupt, and then he's told to get rid of this witness. And Danvers takes the witness out because they force it to happen where he's the only one who knows where this particular cave is. For some fucking reason, even though they have maps and all this kind of stuff. You think there'd be records of this kind of stuff, but whatever. And he's a junkie, so she just dangles some heroin in front of him and gets him to come out. Like, I don't know how they managed to make that happen, but whatever. And this Hank, who's the dad, follows them, but before that, he's just like suspiciously hanging around. Like, it's so bad. It's like a meme. It's almost like, you know, that black guy meme when he's like doing that. He's literally like that, but on film. And looking like really sus every time he's in the shot, and yet no one like picks up on that either. He follows Danvers back to her place where this junkie guy is as well, and then he just bursts in, and you just think, what the fuck, why is this happening? Why would he do this at this precise moment? It doesn't make any sense. He's incriminating himself by being seen and threatening her and all this kind of stuff. But then the son magically pops up out of nowhere. And then he has to decide between killing his dad and killing Danvers. But it's so obvious that what he's going to do is there. And it's supposed to be this like amazing scene where, you know, he has to make this terrible kind of decision and all this stuff. And it's just laughable. All of it is so laughable. There's this scattering of ashes of this other character who died through suicide. And the only personality trait she had was mentally ill. That was it. Like you were supposed to care because all you saw was the fact that she was a bit mentally unwell, and that was it. Like, it's so shit. It's I can't really get over how bad this season is. It should be embarrassed to even call itself anything near a detective story, let alone a true detective story. Like, I could carry on bitching about it all the time, but I'm aware you've all heard of it before, so. You know, I mean, I'm almost mildly intrigued now by how crap the finale is going to be, because I can't really. I mean, I'm expecting what it will be is full of soap opera bullshit, nonsense, woke crap drama for about 55 minutes, and then they'll have some sort of climactic, really obvious ending where one of the guys who seems nice enough or whatever, he'll be the bad guy. It's almost so obvious they might. The funny thing is as well, it's like this whole season could have been condensed down into a pretty shit, but at least the pacing would have been alright, 2-hour kind of movie, because there's just not, there's so many redundant characters, and really the first episode gives this away because it introduces way too many. And that was one of the first signals, like, oh, this is going to be crap. And yeah, it's progressively got worse. I thought it picked up slightly in episode 3, where at least they were working on the case that was at hand. But there's anytime something mildly intriguing happens, it slams the brakes, usually drops a needle and starts playing some stupid song, and will just keep going over points that it's already made. Like the amount of scenes that kind of just they go over the same issue. Like they never get over the same thing, and there's no detectoring. Essentially, there's no police work apart from a couple of things here and there, which are really stupid. Like in the first episode, Jodie Foster's like ascertaining the scene, and she's analysing mayonnaise from a sandwich and determines that it must have been a couple of days, because mayonnaise looks a bit weird after a couple of days. Who would have thunk it? Especially when it's not refrigerated. And then there's another part where she sees clothes in the washing machine and they're a bit crumpled. Clearly a sign of they haven't been touched for a couple of days. But this is forensic work, for one thing. It's not detective work. She's not finding out anything. All she's realising is that it's been a couple of days since these scientist guys disappeared. That's it. But that's enough in the first episode, up until the point where Russ Cole's father's ghost appears and through interpretive dance points to the dead scientist guys. No joke. Like that's how it goes down. He's like out in the fucking snow, like just having a little, like Casper just having a piss up, and points to the corpsicle of bodies, and that ghost does more police work than the two clown women, and it's like that's just that's how the whole season's been, really. Unbelievable, unreal. Like I'm flabbergasted. This fucking show has on Rotten Tomatoes has a better rating by critics than season 1. It's at 92%, whereas season 1's at 91%. That's fucking unfathomable to me. I can't understand. Like, and I've seen reviews of it going on about oh, it's a return to form. Oh, this might even be better than season 1. In its dreams, it couldn't even fucking consider itself even close to season 1, let alone near to being a decent detective show. Like I'm amazed. Like I'm I don't know what else to like say. Like I feel like it makes you feel like you're going mental when you're watching, because you're just like this is crap. This is so bad. You know. But maybe this is just like the way it is now. Like morons have money and influence and they think they can tell stories with their nonsense agendas or just complete lack of understanding or capability or skill. Like the Madam Web film that's out now, just like, you know, that's getting roasted. And I would still imagine Night Country is worse. Like at least with Madam Web it would be over in a couple of hours and you probably get a couple of decent explosions or something. It's a superhero film, so who gives a shit? But, you know, this is honestly awful show, but as a lesson in what not to do when it comes to putting a TV show to do, it's invaluable. It should be held up in museums. The script, the acting, the pacing, exhibition overload. Absolute fucking trash. And yeah. I'm currently working on on a vid of it, so you'll hear more of my complaints at a later time. But Jesus Christ, what a terrible show! Has anyone actually been watching it? I'd be intrigued to know. Like, just am I the only twat here actually checking it out? Well, yeah, be cautious of I mean, you might be alright if you can get through it maybe in 2 evenings. Just plow through 3 episodes at a time, because you'll be bored out your ass. You know, like the first episode, at least, like, you kind of give it the benefit of the doubt because you think it's establishing the world and the environment and all that stuff, and it does look pretty decent, at least when it's outside. The cinematography and stuff, like, it's a very good location. And when I first heard about it, I thought, this sounds very promising, because it's like very similar to season 1 in terms of like the oppressive atmosphere, and potentially, but in an opposite fashion, where you get Alaska instead of the swampish kind of outbacks and all that kind of stuff. And that, I thought, was a clever move, and probably one they should have done with season 2. But season 2 looks like a masterpiece compared to this piece of shit. Like, but it is hilarious because it's so bad. So, yeah, bear that in mind. Just wait for the cringe dialogue and the moments where it thinks it's being really deep, and it's like written by a 13-year-old short-haired, dyed blue radical feminist who's trying to, you know, give voice to the indigenous people and all that kind of stuff. That's basically like who wrote this script. There's no way in hell like it should have True Detective in its title. Like it's shameful. Shameful. Oh yeah, let me check the emails. You skinflints. It's insult time. £5 so far. Half an hour in. Fuck you very much. That's all I can say. And well, yeah, moving on. If you want to watch this, for whatever reason, it is on YouTube currently. I'm going to guess it will get taken down. I had my fat girl vid taken down because of a breast grope. A covered breast grope, I might add. And this film, for all intents and purposes, is pretty pornographic overall. Or at least the half an hour of it that I watched, because it was crap. It is basically about, I mean, the one thing that's kind of mildly interesting is that it's based in the old home of Bulgakov, author of Master and Margarita, Heart of a Dog, and yeah, a well-revered author of Russia. But I kind of feel like it robbed I don't know, it just rides that bandwagon a little bit. It's basically a cult. It's about a cult, a hippie commune kind of type, and a bunch of homeless people are living in this, or squatting in this house. And at the beginning, you see kind of riot police coming in to check if they're junkies and all this kind of stuff, but it's kind of intercut, so you're not quite sure whether that's happened currently or before or whenever. And then you see this Jesus-esque Charles Manson wannabe trying to convince his lover to go and sleep with cripples, basically, because he believes that they should pursue this higher power of love and all this. It keeps going on about this a lot of the time. So he's the kind of lunatic behind it all, pimping out his girlfriend to amputees and whatnot. And you've got pregnant women, kids. I mean, my suspicions about it went up a bit when a fully grown man starts to suckle on the breast of a woman who's feeding her baby, and he really goes for it. He goes for it. And then there's this random Chinese guy who wakes up there, and he talks to his penis as if it's a little girl. I actually thought he had a pussy, to be honest, because of the way he was fiddling with his pubic hair. And then some woman comes in and is like, "Oh, let me have a go on that," and he's all nervous about it and this kind of stuff. And yeah, then they start fooling around in full view of a 3 or 4 year old kid, which is where I kind of tapped out. To be honest, I probably could have watched it maybe if I was like high or something, but it was too obvious where it was going to go. Nowhere, essentially. Or it would be this fantasy idea of like, oh, they're going to create this utopian reality where they can all live like animals or whatever. But it was obvious that the misery would only strengthen and everything was going to capitulate and fall apart. And that's that's about it. So I have to ask, why was it recommended? If you're still in the house, why did you want me to watch this? I'm intrigued. What did you think I'd like about it? Because, you know, I mean, and this is something I kind of want to address. I'm much more about storytelling. Like, I can, if it's got weird shit in it, fine. But if there's no reason for that, I'm not really interested in watching it, because it's there for the sake of it being there. And admittedly, in my own work, maybe some people could accuse me of the same kind of thing, but I don't think anything's in there without reason. Whereas in this, it felt like it. I mean, I think it labels itself as a documentary / horror, but it does actually have a reasonably well-known actress of Russia in it. So I don't know what it's trying to convey in that regard. But I fear with this is how I'm going to feel about The Green Elephant, where it's just full of transgressive gratuity for the sake of it. That's not art to me. That's just nonsense. So if you are, you know, if you're still around, Zarathustra, just those are my questions to you. Why the fuck did you recommend this piece of shit? Because, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it, really. I mean, yeah, I think I'm done for this week. And there was another film Cashback that I watched. That was originally based on a short story or a short film, and that was. I mean, if you're a dude, I was surprised it was a British film for one thing. For some reason, I just assumed it was American. It's about this guy who breaks up with this girl, and it's kind of intriguing at the beginning, and then you realise that it's just a guy kind of fantasizing about being able to see tits and puss at will, which, you know, relatable, but yeah, pretty crap. In fact, I thought it was awful overall, so I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to see some tits and ass for some reason, then go for it. No, I haven't yet. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm pretty sure. I've been informed that it will be on stream, I think, in about a couple of weeks or something. So I'll have more intrigue. I'll probably give it a watch, but well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. And it just looks like this kind of like, I mean, I get the lols of recommending such flicks, but you know, I'm not really going to have much to say about these things. I'll probably end up watching them for 20 minutes and then just be like, you got to give me something else. Like, if it was, say, Itchy the Killer, maybe my reaction would be similar, but I think within that film, at least I can recognise that there's a narrative going on. Whereas with this other stuff, surreal art house bullshit is just not my fancy, basically. So recommend something you actually genuinely find good. That's what I would. And if you find this kind of shit genuinely good, I don't know what to say to you. Stop doing drugs, maybe. Date more sensible women. Don't indulge your animalistic side so much. Read something of canonical value. That might be something. Searching out for weird shit that no one's heard of doesn't suddenly make you special. That's probably my main point. But yeah, I've got a feeling, I don't know, it's basically just a new Frankenstein, right? But with a woman and fancy kind of set designs. I don't know. I fear it's going to be a little bit on the new woke kind of side, which I don't know. I mean, the one I did really enjoy the ending of The Curse, which, you know, Emma Stone was a part of, and that series it tests your patience at times because you kind of feel like nothing's happening, and it is a bit of a slow burn, but it's worth it for the end. The ending's great. The ending is like, I was stunned by it, to be honest. I was like, wow, they really fucking went for something quite literally out of this world. And for me, it pulled off really well. I actually thought, with the things that it kind of teased throughout, and there are moments of it where it's, you know, the awkward humour is great, and the tension between the characters really builds up, and all of that kind of stuff. It just, I think it could have chopped a little bit down and maybe got the same payoff. But yeah, I would say it's worth your time. Alright, so it's time. Hawk, are you around? This is for you mainly. Yeah, I liked Killing of a Sacred Deer. The lobster Meh. Didn't think that much of it, if I'm honest. I have heard good things about The Favourite, and that has been on my list for a while. I just find it hard to get intrigued by watching a bunch of fucking women with no makeup. But I have heard it's actually very good, so perhaps I will. Do I think Nathan Fielder is autistic? No, I actually think he's just a fucking clever guy. Honestly, like I don't know, he's a hard fucker to figure out, but that's kind of what makes him fascinating. And yeah, I think he's very good at conveying himself as someone autistic, and I think he does possibly have tendencies in that fashion because he, yeah, can be very awkward. It's almost like watching, you know, the Borat guy, Sacha Baron Cohen, but in a more awkward, nerdy, geek, almost incel type. But his performance in the show is, for the most part, quite subtle, but he has these bits where he shows this mania where it's like scary. Like, but he does it very well. And when I mean, to talk about Sam Vaknin, the psychologist, if he was, look, he often goes on about the shared fantasy between in relationships where the narcissist will only really engage with a partner who will buy into the fantasy of their life. I think it's one of the best depictions of that I've seen on screen, because Emma Stone's character is pure narcissism. Like, she thinks the world of herself, and Nathan Fielder's is a total simp and supplicant toward that. So it really displays it very, very well, to the point where it's not only his downfall, quite literally, but in some ways hers. I don't know. You need to see it to know what I mean, because it goes into a kind of metaphysical realms that you don't anticipate, but in a way it does build it up throughout the beginning. But I can't really say much else without giving it all away. But I thought it was very good. Alright, let's go. Hawk. Did you know that there are millions of men and women who are currently incarcerated, just waiting for someone to write and exchange life experiences? All of the inmates who are listed here enjoy getting letters, especially those letters which help build their confidence. It can be a lot of fun communicating with these female inmates. Here, I believe, is the key to not only Hawk and his future dating life, but pretty much every other guy watching this shit too, and the women. But, well, let's face it, who cares about them? So, Hawky boy, let's find you a lady. We're gonna go through the process here. Can you give me an, I mean, I'm not, how old are you? 24, 25? How old would you like your lady to be? Or has someone caught your eye already? Let me know. We can figure this out. That is a nice wine. You must have a lot of money, Painbow, because I know that wine is pretty pricey. And yet I don't see any donations. What the fuck's going on? 27. What, you want to look at the 27s, or you are 27? So you're 27 years old. Alright. Maybe we could start. I mean, I know you have a predilection for older women than you. You're looking for your mummy. So, Daphne will definitely let you put it in the arse. Where is that? Oh, yeah, for sure. I think Daphne would let you put it anywhere. This lucky lady right here. So, Hawk, come on. Make a decision. We're going to go with... if he's 27, maybe 25-year-old? 25-year-old women? Oh, you're not impressed with the current screen. Alright, we'll look at the 25-year-olds, alright? Okay, we've narrowed it down a little bit. Oh, there's definitely a couple here that you're going to go for. Come on. I reckon you'll go for either Jaslyn, Kendra, Nicole, maybe a bit of Jessica in the bottom corner there. Well, you want the 24-year-olds? Alright, fucking hell. Good luck. Alright, hit me. Who do you want? Who are we going to have a look at here? Alyssa. This one down here. We'll let Hawk, don't fuck around. This is a live stream. I can't be pissing around waiting for you to decide what we're going to choose. Just go on impulse. Love at first sight, you know. Fucking hell, if you're this slow replying on a date, it's no wonder you ain't getting any. Fuck me. Abigail. Alright, let's go. Gone for the most psychotic looking one. It's all in those eyes, isn't it? Hello from prison. I'm 24 years old. I'm a petite, fun-sized, 5'3", 115-pound girl. I have tantalising blue eyes. I'm from a small town. I love the outdoors, riding horses and doing small town stuff. I'm a fun-loving free spirit and I love to laugh. I will be getting out in a few years. Okay. So that's plenty of time for you to work your magic. And you know she's not going to be cheating on you. So what? 2027 she's going to get out. Let's try and find out what she did. Oh, fucking hell. Old search. So look, look at this shit. You got caged ladies and stuff everywhere. If anyone would like to try and find out what they actually did as well, because this can be tricky. I tried to do a bit of practice with this the other day, but it's not that easy. That's not even her. So if I put sentence, I would have thought. Here she is. I mean, it's jail babes. Maybe I can find out what's been going on. We need to find out what she did, which I'm failing to do. Hawk, you picked the wrong one. Typical, you fucked up my whole stream straight away. I hope you're happy. Find she's here, but that's on the same site. I don't want to know this. I want to know. Oh, she went missing. Huh. So she's a runaway who got... Oh, here we go. Active offender. Oh, I've got to download it. I don't want to do that. Alright, someone's going to have to find out what she did, because this is the tricky part. But well, I mean, she gets out. So she was found. Oh, this is fucking Facebook. Fuck Facebook. Looks like she went missing. You're a happy guy, so you're going to send her a message. You can get in touch with her via gettingout.com. Melissa makes a good point. She's going to be getting fucking railed by all the ladies. But maybe he hawks into that, you know. They give him the illusion that he's going to have a threesome. But you're happy. You don't want to pick anyone else. Not sure. I'm sure this one. Let me do my own research here. She looks like a fucking psycho to me. It's not enough information. Let me see, because I did see another few websites. It's not there. Not there. Choose 20-year-olds. Well, there are 20 isn't on there. And to be honest, mate, I don't think I think you need a woman your own age. So let's go. Who's next? In fact, there might be better ones here. So, let's have a look at this. 18 to what? 35, I reckon. Like a female. Well, your sexual orientation, you're not fussy, are you? So, pick one of these lucky ladies. Come on, we ain't got all night. Or I haven't got all night. Remember, spin the wheels begging for a fucking twirl. Come on, Hawk. Don't fuck me around. Pick someone. Or I'm just going to listen to the next person who mentioned, you know, who wants to see, because it ain't all about you. Autumn. Where is she? Must be up here somewhere. Really? All right. She's outgoing and easy to get along with. Down to earth. Looking for someone to have a good connection. Short and sweet. 5'5", 140. Not sure. Yeah, I think that's. She's straight. She only wants the right to men. She's not on death row. Good start. And she's going to get out in a couple of years. Not too bad. What do we reckon? Probably in for possession, I would have thought. Don't know how long she's been in for. A couple of years, maybe. Well, that's what I was thinking, to be honest. But you know, each to their own and all of that. He's into the chick with the fucking mental tattoo across her face of some. Are those Chinese symbols? Fuck knows. What was she in for? Possession of illegal substance. Drug addict, basically. Or drug dealer. Probably both. Usually comes in, you know how to pick 'em, mate. Click on Catelyn. Alright, let's have a look. Where is she? 25. Another one with a fucking face tattoo. Caitlin, she's currently stuck in South Carolina. Looking for a real connection during these tough times. You can even have a video chat with her, mate. You lucky bastard. 5'2", weighs 125. Not too podgy then. When's she going to get out? Doesn't say. Release date next year. This is going to be drug again. Willing to write anyone, male, female, straight, lesbian, gay, bi. She ain't picky. Probably works in your favour, I would have thought. God, you got some rough taste, mate. Jesus Christ. I mean, not being funny, I mean, even the shoulder tattoo puts me off. Yeah, you're into this fucking funky shit. Possession, trafficking illegal substances, and possession of an unlawful firearm. So if you don't please her in the bed, she might literally shoot you in the head. You dirty bastard. See, like this is, I feel like this could be a good moment for self-discovery. You need to know where you're going wrong, and your taste in women so far is going to get you AIDS. So I'll give you one more go. One more. If you want me to go to the next page, let us know. Come on, the next one. Next page. Alright, fine. There's no face tattooed bitches here, so I'm not sure they're going to be your cup of tea. I think Cassandra Moore here is probably more your type. She's got that kind of inbred kind of vibes going on. It's probably the closest to a face tattoo that you're going to get. Come on, let's go. Next page, or you see someone taking your fancy? Cassandra, where's Cassandra? It's making you sweat. I can't see her anywhere. Oh, you're into this bitch. Cassandra is hoping to find friendship with a nice person who shares some of her interests. She's a bit of a goofball and likes to laugh, enjoy music, playing drums, horror movies, animals and science, and helping others. I am a zookeeper, dolphin trainer, model, actress, scuba diver, and college graduate. I'm in a self-betterment program. Play drums for the chapel and plan on getting my second bachelor's degree. Very nice. I look forward to getting to know you and sharing good laughs. Talk to you soon. 4 for 8. Wow. She's a midget. Or near enough. Weighs 90 pounds. And she doesn't get out until 2042. That's more like it, Hawky boy. So you're only going to have to... yeah. What fucking year is it? 2024. 8 years, 18 years. "18 years, mate, and you could be scoring your ideal woman." I mean, she doesn't look, in fairness to her, for 35, not too bad, not too shabby. I mean, this might be fucking going back a bit. I wonder what she did. No, you're not done, mate. You're not done. We're going to find out what she's inside for. Sexual assault of an underage boy, I'm going to assume. 4 counts. My, Hawk. You have got an eye for them. Jesus. That's... Oh, man, this is amazing. I need to find out who this bitch is. Where's she from? Tampa. Oh, she's from Tampa, like fucking, like the novel. Let me find out if this comes up. Sexual abuse victim, former teacher, sentenced to 20. Yeah, this is why you picked her, isn't it? You dirty fucking son of a bitch. A former teacher in Brandenton was sentenced to 20 years in prison earlier this month after she was convicted of having sex with this underage student following a plea. She got 20 years for having sex with a 15-year-old. That's pretty brutal, I have to say. So she's only been inside for a couple of years. Yeah, 2 years. 20 years. Oh dear. Doesn't slap up too much. So she got 30-year-old Cassandra arranged to meet a 15-year-old and sent lingerie photos to him. Fucking hell, that's a bit extreme. Don't you think? Am I wrong? Yeah. She had multiple I mean, maybe this is what fucking Tampa's based on. You dirty bastard, Hawk. This is why you picked her, isn't it? But well, I think this is one that you might have more chance with if you can keep up. You know, as long as you stay looking young, she'll be into you. You know. I'll give you one more, and then I'm probably going to move on. I do love how her profile kind of makes her sound like a teenage girl herself. There's no real surprise she's into a bit of that young meat, let's say. We'll go to the next page. There you go. There's your list. I reckon I know who you're going to go for here. It's good advice. Start showing off those legs. Oh yeah, thanks for the super chat, by the way. I did notice it. Reactor. I mean, I'm not going to react for £2.50, mate. But you know, cheers for the tip. Amelia. Holy shit, that blurred. You're trying to be funny now. Come on, pick someone. You can actually see. That might be a good idea. I'm not going to take that one seriously, I'm afraid. I'll find out what she's in for if you want. 23 years old. You like tattooed bitches, don't you? She's not going to get out to 2029. 5 years or so. 5 foot, weighs 140. Bit of a chub. Illegal substance. You like your drug dealers and pedos. You not got any? Are you not impressed? Fucking hell. Unless they've got tattoos on their faces, Hawk ain't interested. Well, I mean, you would have got a spin on the wheel for a £5, you know. Hawk, you got some funky taste, my friend. I think we might be discovering the root of your issue here. You see, you're not impressed. Scroll down. Fucking he's demanding fucker, isn't you? Ashley, where the fuck are you? He tells me to scroll down, and then he picks someone. Yeah, you picked fucking the one Melissa was going on about. Ashley Elam. Thanks for taking a look at my profile. What I'm looking for in a friend is someone that I can have an easy conversation and time with while I'm passing my journey incarcerated. To me, this is a lesson well learned, and I've been very humble in these past 4 years. I'm a Leo. I'm outgoing with strong beliefs and morals. I appreciate my respect to be reciprocated. I'm opening to learning new things and hearing others' ideas. When I'm released, I want to open my own business. I never want to be told I can't do something because I'm a felon. I'm a motivated woman, and I'm looking to keep that kind of company. I believe if you put good out, that good will come back to you. I'm 100% focused on going home and making up for lost time. Bisexual lady. She got any other? No more pics. She's not going to get out until 2031. Ooh, it's got to be a good one, I would have thought. Quite the dedication. The wheels, spin the wheel, my friend. I'll show you it. Since you already put £2.50 in, £7.50, or a £5 with PayPal, and you'll You get a spin of the old wheel here. You could win one of many, many great prizes. And that's it, you know. But to the task at hand, what's she in for? Murder. Well, I need to find out what. I hate how it doesn't give you enough information on these fucking things. Who did she kill? I'm guessing it's an adult. Let me see. Murder is probably a fucking common name. Or common. Oh, here we go. There was a trio arrested for murder involving drugs, counterfeit money in Belson. There she is. There's your lady. There's the tattooed face guy. That's you. That's you in the future, my friend. And that's the guy who's going to cuck you. So, what did they do? What did they do? Okay, they've been arrested, blah, blah, blah. During the drug transaction, the suspects allegedly used counterfeit money, and when the victim discovered this, confronted the suspects and was shot. Ooh. So they tried to get drugs with monopoly money, and when the dealer noticed what was going down, they shot him in cold blood. Well, you know, don't trust her with your money, for one thing. And then she's going to get out pretty soon, to be honest. I mean, not that long, considering the circumstances. Last one, try Sarah. Alright. I like how you've memorized this. Well, this one. Chavez. Yeah, it must be this one, because there's no... Oh no, there's another one here. Which one are you talking about? Hilbig or Chavez? Probably Hilbig, knowing you. Come on, mate, I haven't got all day. Which one do you want? Hilbig, yeah, I thought as much. Looking for some fun, Hawk? Her too. She's 33, a Virgo, and she loves the water. Enjoys a variety of music, but mostly she's into rock. She likes to read, and she's all about fantasy. Both kinds in the books and in real life. God, you got some disgraceful. I've just noticed the photo. You are thirsty as fuck, mate. I am teaching myself to draw and having a lot of fun learning. I'm all about good conversation and down to talk about mostly anything. Out there in the world, I love to wear dresses, corsets and stockings. Yeah, we can see that. I may have something of a lingerie fetish. Hee hee. And that may not only be my only one. What are you into, Hawk? So pick up your pen and set up an email to drop me a line today to get our conversation started. Tell me all about yourself. Ask me what you please. I'll be waiting. Nothing mentioned about her crime. Oh, she's getting out this year. It's a drug-related incident, I would have thought, depending on what she's in for. Bisexual as well. I guess going to prison makes everyone bisexual. I don't know. Can't be picky. Identity fraud. There you go. Well, I mean, no wonder she's into fantasy, I guess. And well, I think that's it for tonight, because if I carry on, it's going to get a bit dull. If we want any new picks, Hawk, I'm feeling generous. I'll give you one more. We'll go to page 5. It's a lucky number. Come on, mate. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple here you're going to pick. Really, you're passing on this page? You're pleased with Sarah? Come on, mate. We're doing this for you. I wouldn't be picky either, because, you know, most of these women are just going to take your money. Which by the way, I hope you've been donating to my lady for this very special evening for you. Michaela. 20, yeah, you've looked at the... you've picked a fatty. Well, maybe not a fatty, in fairness. No, I don't know. 5'7", weighs 200 pounds, all in her ass by the look of it. When's her release date? 2030. Bit of a wait. Some more pics of her here. Let's have a little look here. Nice with the Snapchat. Yeah, you can see that. So, what's she in for? She gets out the day after my birthday in 2030. First degree burglary. That's not too bad, I guess. Bit of a thief. There it is. There it is. If any of you are after, you know, I mean, I wouldn't call these ladies a guarantee. Hayley Hooker. I'm not sure if some of these names are fucking real, to be honest, but Hawk, I mean, this is how you're going to get laid. I mean, I wasn't lying to you. You just got to put in the effort. And, you know, luckily for you, you can hide behind a computer for like a good few years before potentially meeting them. And by the time they get out, they'll be so vulnerable and like no one will care about them. You can just Melissa wants to go. What for a woman? I'm amazed I'm not getting fucking super chats and donations for this, because you know. I got to move on. Got to move on. Male, what, between, I'm guessing you want a daddy, so 40 to 55, I would guess. I'll give you a pick. Alright, 30s. 30 to 40. Don't fuck me around. Cause yeah, I'm getting dick here. Getting dick. You said it. No comment on that. Oh, Patrick's not happy. Do you want me to find you a woman? They're not all black. Jesse, Derek, Detrick. Gonna pick one or not? Come on. I gotta move on. I want to get this shit over with in half an hour. You make me go on it and then you're fucking like, no, these aren't the men for me. Fine. Who would have thunk it? You're not into criminals. Alright, well, if anyone would like a go, the donation button is just raring to go over there. And it's almost like you cunts don't want me to have a holiday, you know? That's what it feels like. Look at this. Look at it. It's withering away. I'm getting a pittance. And yeah, I don't know what else you want me to do here, you know? Giving you gold and I'm getting shit. So we're going to move on to Incel My Ride, I believe. I do have a chick actually on this week, as is Valentine's Day. Hawk, have you sent money to my my lady yet? Because well, you know, maybe you'll still get the stream, you know. That's all I can say. The day before, perhaps. Well, no, not the day before, but it might be a special stream just before I go. Well, I think you owe me money, to be honest. I reckon about 20. I know you've got it, so out of money my fucking ass. Right, well, we're going to do Incel My Ride next, and I'm probably going to close it there. I did say that I'd react to a video. I'm not particularly impressed with the video sent. I might show a couple of minutes of it, but yeah, that was a poor suggestion on my part. And yeah, well, I can chat to you for a little bit. Painby, give me a spin for £5. We've got a misunderstanding going on here. It's not £5 for a spin, it's a tenner. Alright? £10. But due to your contributions, I will allow this. Perhaps 2 or 3 more times. Maybe. Really, this is the last time. Because, I mean, you know, you got to consider that I'm getting fucked out of 30% of that. So, you know. What did you win? Ask me a question. There you go. Congratulations. You may ask me a question. I'm going to go for a piss. Alright, well, for that comment, for the next 10 minutes, a £5 will get you a spin. There you go. £10 isn't even, it's not pushing it at all. The minimum wage is like fucking £8-9. That's so. And remember, 30% of that is I'm getting shafted out of. So I'm not even getting the right amount. I'm gonna have a little pee-pee, and well, I'll see you in a minute, I suppose. You can listen Song isn't still going, is it? No. It's all good. And look at this shit. I don't know why that's still there. Fuck's sake. Let me see if I can get rid of that. If I go to this. No, it's still there. Dirty motherfucker. Well, whatever. Still nothing going on. Yeah, Hawk. Cough up or fuck off. That's all I can say to you. You've really thought this one out, haven't you? Have you ever had a penis other than your own in your hand? No. Have you? I'll ask it back. I feel like you wasted your question, if I'm honest. I mean, I'm fine with that, but dude, the first two women you picked were skanks with tattoos across their face. The fuck is that? That's a question that can only be answered via a donation, I'm afraid. If you're lucky enough to get this fucking thing. I don't understand why this super chat's still there. Just there we go. And yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, let's move on. I'm running out of wine now as well. So we will check. Oh, hello. Oh, what? Thank you very much. This is a very generous donation. Zarathustra, you rich little bastard. After me shitting on your suggestions, this is what I want to see. This is lovely. £25. You know what? Normally that would only get you one spin. That's going to get you two. Dude, you can donate on PayPal. You don't even need an account. I'm not buying all this nonsense. Why don't you just scan it and see what happens? Well, I'm gonna have to edit this. He knows I'm coming to Istanbul. That's my fear. So what? I'll put that up. It's roughly good enough. 305 we're up to now. With Melissa's like pesos. What have we got? Earth and pain bows. Alright, I'll put it up to 310 ish. Bear in mind that I won't get any of the fucking money from YouTube until next month on the 20th. So I need the money before that, to be honest. But it will still help for next time. So this is a real man on the stream. The rest of you little boys playing with your wieners. Hawk, I said 20 quid, mate. 20 quid. That's what you need to send. I've just got you like 4 guaranteed women. Let's give you. I'll give you a couple of spins for this. Let's hope we don't land on a movie recommendation. All right, spin 1. you can pick a GIF for the super chat, which I believe Anya is still yet to do. This means if someone gives a super chat, the little GIF, whatever pronunciation you prefer, will be that of your choice. You just have to send it to me. Congratulations. I look forward. Obviously, if you pick something blatantly pornographic, I might be able to get away with that ish, but you know, have some decorum. Remember, this is a family friendly stream, so just play by the rules. Next spin. Congratulations, you have won the finger, the most illustrious and sought after prize on GT McKay's Wheel of Misfortune. And yeah, well, if you want another spin, I'll do it for a £5. For you only. Did I read your last message? I don't know. Did I? Probably. You've changed your mind about the video. Alright, well that's fine. Let me know for next week, and then I can leave it alone for tonight. All good. It's still there. And yeah, we've got Incel My Ride. What would you prefer to see, the girl or the guy first? That's the main question. Girl. Alright. That'll do it. I don't know, what's with the attitude, Hawk? Have you paid up yet? You know, I've got to question our friendship at times. Your fucking attitude. I get you guaranteed puss, and all you do is piss in my face.
Hey guys, so just wanted to talk a little bit about some experiences I've had talking to people about being unattractive or being ugly.
Well, I mean, if she got a face tattoo, I know a certain gentleman who'd be very, very interested. Can we get a face rating? I don't think she's advertising herself particularly well in this. You know, we can all make ourselves look pretty ugly, and I feel like she's going the whole hog in this regard. So
talking to people about your attractiveness is always super awkward because, I mean, if you're ugly and you go and you say, oh, well, I'm ugly, like, it's very obvious that I'm not attractive. People will go, no, you're not ugly, you're average, you know? Or they'll say nothing, actually. Sometimes people will get all awkward and they'll just stand there and go, moving on. And that's how I think you know that you're not really all that attractive, because people well, first, they don't go out of their way to say anything nice about your appearance. Usually they'll place value on other traits. Even if you're not that funny, they'll say, oh, you're so funny. Or even if you're not that talented, they'll say, oh, you're so talented. And it's like, thanks. Or they'll give you those puppy eyes, and I'll just be like, oh, you poor thing, you know, the pity look. Oh, you're so unfortunate, I pity you.
I think the main thing is she's difficult to put an age to. I'm gonna guess she's probably like 18, 19 maybe. And yeah, admittedly, I don't think she's grown into her full self overall. I mean, the glasses don't help, for one thing. The sheer lack of makeup is probably weird for most people to see, and the straight on frame doesn't help. You don't really see people straight on that much, so a lot of it feels as if she's trying to deliberately convey herself as ugly. Yeah, she's got features that aren't typically or conventionally attractive, at least in a Western sense, but she's fine, you know. Obviously not strikingly beautiful or anything, but to say she's ugly, I think, would be harsh overall.
Type thing. So yeah, when you're talking to people and they don't understand how you feel about your appearance, they will just sort of stand there awkwardly and not really know what to say, because if they agree with you, then they're rude. But if they disagree with you, then it's like it's not true, you know? So I am wearing my glasses in this video because I wanted to see how the frame looks. I'm not really enjoying looking at my face right now because, well, yeah, but
the glasses are horrendous. I don't know why you'd pick frames that sit so neatly within the eyebrows. Yeah.
I just wanted to just talk about some stuff, I guess. Anyway, so that's how I started the video. I did actually get a haircut today. I got bangs because my forehead is so large. And unfortunately, my bangs are actually a bit too short, so I decided to just put them up. And that's another thing. Being ugly and going to a hairstylist is like pulling teeth. You go to a hairstylist expecting to look good and to look much better than you did, but then they give you a shitty cut because they don't feel like you're really worth their time. Because even if they do spend time on you, you're not going to look much different. It's not going to be an improvement on you because of your face. So this is me without glasses. This is me when I can actually see.
I think she might be younger than I thought. I mean, when she takes off the glasses, you just look like a greasy teenager. That's fine. She's got a bit of a weird mouth, I would say that much, but I'm not sure if that's to do with the braces. But the top lip. But you know, these are very minute things. She's fine. She's talking shit, basically. Although I can see how she could have a lot of pump and dumps in her future. You know. Especially if she makes this kind of effort. Like with about 20 or 30% of the makeup most women use, she'd be fine. Absolutely fine. So
much worse in my opinion. Can't really do anything about that until I get contacts, but it's like, I hate contacts. I hate touching my eyes. Anyway, another thing that I wanted to talk about is talking to people about, you know, the features that you don't like, and how you would change them. Some people don't understand
Could be arranged.
that just because I say, you know, I want to change my face doesn't mean that I want to pile on makeup all the time. You know, like, I don't like my face, but at the same time, I don't want to have to get up every day and depend on wearing makeup. You know, I don't want to depend on it, because when I was younger I used to put it on a lot. I'm actually in my early 20s right now. But I look the same as I always have. I never had my glow up, I guess. But yeah, people will be like, oh, well, you could try makeup, or you could try this, or you could try that, and I'm just like, that's not going to fix anything. That's just covering up the problem. I don't want to cover up the problem. If I had money, I would fix it, but I don't have money. So
What,
until
with surgery, I assume she means? There's... You need to get with the reality. That's why I suspect a lot of these things, like, there's a kind of... It gives an idea that you're supposedly, you know, to buy, of like, this is genuine, this is that, and the other, and all that kind of thing. But then I have to suspect that it's got to be bollocks, you know. Because, yeah, with a tiny bit of makeup and, like, manipulation of the filter, camera angle and whatnot, which is what the majority of people will do, she'd look fine. If not, yeah, pretty attractive to most guys, at least, if not girls as well. So, the fuck? It's like, that's why I always suspect, like, it's just bullshit. Like, it's just being presented because she knows that if she plays on the ugly card, there's probably more likelihood of getting responses, whereas she's not attractive enough naturally to get responses because of that. You know, she's in that limbo kind of phase where she's kind of like borderline ugly because of a couple of features, but you can either accentuate those features or you can conceal them. And it's, yeah, how you present yourself as well makes a massive difference. So speaking in that kind of timid tone adds to the supposed authenticity of it all. Gotta suspect is a bit bollocks, to be honest.
I get some money. Well, I mean, I don't know if that would fix everything, but until I can find a way to permanently fix myself, I'm not going to fake it. And I know that some people like makeup. There's nothing wrong with liking it. I just personally don't like it. I never have liked it. It's not my favorite thing to do. It seems tedious. I try to have good skin, like, care routines, and I switch it up every so often, even though it doesn't work very well. Yeah, that's pretty much what's been on my mind for right now. Kind of a weird video, but I'm not really having the best day after I got a terrible haircut. And this channel is supposed to be about me talking about my stupid struggles, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's that.
I can't remember, to be honest. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Like a few thousand. But yeah, I don't remember. She's yeah, got quite a number of vids. Plays on this whole ugly side thing quite a bit. But she's kind of like hot ugly, you know? It's like she doesn't quite have the conventional attractiveness because of the, you know, slightly bigger nose or lips or whatever, but she's still, you know, attractive. Especially if she made effort, you wouldn't even notice these things, and that's kind of what makes her interesting, because there's plenty of well, women nowadays who would just like, they wouldn't even acknowledge that side of things. So it's like she's trying to appeal to people who don't have appeal themselves, whilst also being in the knowledge of she's still better than them. So it's like a kind of, yeah, like an ugly model kind of thing, like one who knows she's not quite of the standard that is expected, but at the same time still has most of those traits. And yeah, well, Hawk. Now we're going to find out why. Oh, hello. Michael, make yourself known if you're there, because you're going to get a spin. I mean, I know literally all of you would smash. Oh, is that your name? Your name's Michael. You gave yourself away. All this time you've been bullshitting me about not having a PayPal, and then suddenly you just crop up out of the woodwork with the most generic fucking name. I'm not gonna say. Are you American? You must. You're on these sites. You got a British fucking email. What the fuck's going on? Michael Marlowe, those who know, which is no one aside from me. All right, well, yeah, here's your spin, motherfucker. Oh, you get to choose a prize for the wheel. This is a very special, exclusive prize. You just can't make it something stupid. So yeah, what do you want? I tell you what, they're fucking for someone who smoked for a very long time, the vape thing is good. It just never gives that kick. It's a. I'm tempted. I might even add, if you want to add the prize. Yeah, exactly. You can add something for the fucking wheel, basically. What do you mean? Yours is in there. An extra spin. That's what you wanted. Have you sent money yet, by the way? But yeah, the urge for the smoke still there. I'm tempted to fucking do that. Oh, you want me to slap my own face? See, look, that's in the spirit of things. I can get behind that. All right. I'll show you me adding this shit. What the fuck am I doing? I always forget select. Then yeah, there we go. So add GC slaps his fucking hell own face. There you go. It's in there. Good choice, my man. Good choice. It's in there. Well, you gotta wait until that comes up. That's the thing. You know, can't give away what these things mean. But you know, no PayPal. Anyway, we've got one more incel to get through, so let's do that. And then I'm gonna fuck off because I've run out of booze.
Hey guys.
Hey brothers, Lomax here. How are y'all doing today? Hope you guys.
The answer to the question posed in the video title is demonstrated within the first 3 seconds, basically.
You guys are doing good. I'm doing alright. I've been staying awake all night and sleeping all day due to my insomnia and not having the proper medication. Which I haven't had in like a long time. But I'm doing alright. Today in today's video,
This guy sounds like you know, the dude from Placebo if he had a kid. Yeah.
I'd like to discuss why I am an incel in the first place, why I identify as one. Ever since you know, from a young age, I've noticed how people are generally more socially and sexually successful than me, without even trying, really. Like it just came natural to them, and that always bewildered me. Like, for example, I'd hear about people going to, when I was in high school, people going to parties. And I've never been to a party. I've never been invited to a party. And I never understood how people were able to know when a party was happening. And the fact that people like age fucking 15 have had sex, and some of them have high body counts, while like me, like sex was such an alien concept for me back then, and I never even had any relationships at all when I was in high school.
When he was in high school? What, so he's not in high school now? I mean, the main thing, I can't understand why his voice sounds like this. I mean, not to be harsh, but Yeah, I can't quite understand. I feel like I'm listening to someone who's trans. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be. I'm not even trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to. Why is your voice like that? Honestly, voice cell, is that a thing? Voice cell. Um, over from like the fact that you sound so effeminate. Like, why?
And it always astounded me how people were able to, like, you know, get fucking date around and get girlfriends and boyfriends, and I was just, you know, stuck being lonely. And I complain about it a lot on my Snapchat story. I was diagnosed with autism at age 17, and just not too long ago, I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I feel like those kind of have impacted how I am with people socially. I also noticed myself that nobody would ever, you know, give me compliments on my appearance like other people get, and I noticed that I was always
That is actually a good point. Yeah, I would. I'll go for that.
shorter and shorter than all of the boys, than most of the boys in my class, and I was always the skinniest boy. I still am, like, super skinny. I never understood how people were able to gain all that natural weight while I'm just here being stuck fucking 110 pounds. You know, people would always associate me with incels and call me an incel before I even started identifying as one. And when you kind of go a long time with people, you know, thinking you're something, you might as well fucking embrace it. You know what I'm saying? And especially because, you know, a lot of my thoughts and my actions and stuff have been attributed to the to inceldom. What I mean by that is, like, my like a lot of the same ideas that I have are things that incels believe, and that's why people like usually like accuse me of being an incel. Have accused me of being an incel before. And in young adulthood, often when I got attached to a girl, they would end up leaving me due to my mental instability. Because I've been mentally sick for a long time, and yeah, when everybody around you is socially and sexually more successful than you, you start to think why. And the only reason I could think of was the red or black pill theory. And so that's what I embraced. You know? And people would say, like, oh, it's your fault. I don't think it's my fault. I never fucking asked to be this way. You know? And
he kind of gives you more anxiety by the fact that he's just walking around literally in circles, virtually saying nothing. I mean, aside from his voice, yeah, I mean, I roasted on it a bit, and he is effeminate or whatever, but he's a young guy, and that can change a lot. Like, you know, I can imagine this dude in 10 years will be unrecognizable if he carries on in the fashion that he's in. Yeah. Look after yourself first, perhaps. Easier said than done, admittedly. But fucking hell.
People say weird stuff like, "Oh, cut your hair and you'll look better." Like, how do I cut my hair? Like, how is anybody able to fucking, like, that's what I never understood. How is anybody able to style their hair? How is anybody able to know what looks good on top of their head? That's completely alien to me. I do not understand that. Like, how is anybody able to know what clothes to wear, know what to say to people, how to interact with other people? How are people automatically able to know that stuff? Well, I have no fucking clue. What? Well, are they fucking better than me? Huh? Is that it? Are they fucking better than me? No. No, I don't think they're fucking better than me. I think they're born with better genetics than me, both mentally and physically. And people knowing, like, fucking all the social cues of what to fucking do, how to make friends, how to keep relationships, you know? How are they able to know any of that? Doesn't make any fucking sense to me. No one ever taught me. No one ever fucking taught me. So,
Roger.
yeah. And that is why I am an incel. That is why I want to, that's why I intend to fight for the...
I mean, it's kind of funny that he's walking around in circles, because it's almost like representative of his mind flow. I would potentially argue. Or if you saw it in a proper production, it's like that twirl of thoughts kind of thing, where it takes on its own dynamic and descends into whatever it may be right now.
Incel cause. And my goal is to basically get as much attention as possible to the incel movement and to myself, you know, to be actually fucking heard in the world, you know. I want people to understand the problems that I face, and that they're not little problems, you know? They're not just, I'm not one to be ignored, you know? But yeah. Anyway, sorry for the bit of an unstable video today, but yeah, I did promise a video, so figured I'd make one. Anyway, hope you guys have a good night. Peace.
Well, I mean, I suppose the first thing I'd say is I kind of hope that you're all right. I mean, it's got to make me wonder whether the internet's terrible. Like in general, like influence of what it's become now, where it's like you can express yourself freely, but you're still very alone in doing that. And it's created this very status-driven glorified kind of or sensationalized expectation of people, where they have to hone in on their either worst traits or best traits depending on what they look like, their genetics, that kind of thing, and then that's portrayed as if it's a true representation of them, when really it's not. It's it's just what you get on the surface. The funny thing is like we're in the age of what the message is the medium, and the medium represents everything you need to say. So it's based purely on what you look like and your genetics. And yet a lot of these channels and a lot of the bigger things will focus purely on that, as if that is the truth of what it is to be human. But it misses the point of like being represented in a fashion doesn't actually represent you, if that makes sense. It's like a replica. It's like this is how I see, or how I perceive people see me, therefore I'm going to portray myself in the same fashion. And yet it's just a replica within a replica. It doesn't actually mean anything in terms of the spiritual problems that I think are clearly most of the issue. It's like trying to be something, trying to be heard, be seen, recognized. I mean, a lot of these things hark back to religion, essentially. It's like, I'm not going to be unnoticed, I'm not going to blah, 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 and all this kind of thing. So whether you could be seen for your aesthetical contribution, which you have no control over whatsoever. So again, it's ordained, it's gifted, it's given to you without your consent. Or you can try and get it through some sort of intellectual argument or empathy, or some sort of like you give away yourself in order to be seen in the same fashion. It's a very, very strange environment to be a part of, because it's like people who were never seen can be potentially seen by portraying themselves as never seen, which is kind of bizarre for a whole thing that is visually based. And yet those who are people who would be looked at will be destined to just succumb to a narcissism which will portray their, you know, again, their genetic traits which aren't in their control either. I mean, yeah, you can improve things here and there, you know, you can glow up or whatever, but you can't control what your genetics are. So there's a baseline in general, and it's weird. It's like the people who aren't perceived as being attractive conventionally show similar traits to those who are, and yet the argument is either on the the more pleasing side if you're good to look at, or the more negative. It's still, the obsession with it is still the same, because it's all about representation. It's all about the poster of yourself, or the image, or the perceived idea, whereas none of it's ever really captured because it's all on screen. So regardless of whether you're trying to portray yourself as hot and desirable or ugly and the opposite, the actual ambition of it is pretty much identical, because it's still trying to get some sort of validation, regardless of whether it's a positive attribute or the opposite. Weird. Very, I mean, well, maybe it's not really that weird actually, but it's pretty fucking sad. It's like I would imagine he got more out of making that video and speaking to some sort of imaginary self than, well, he ever will in the real world. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm elaborating it that well, but It really feels like that's all it really is. It's like a not a mirror on the wall, but it's like a prayer actually. I think the way things have gone over the last 150 years or whatever, the spiritual crisis has turned into more of a prayer that people make via these videos. It's like a cry out to the ether, because the internet has become God in a sense. That's the thing that's going to judge you. So if you put something out that gets very little attention and validation and views in general, like the lesser it is, so it's like not genuine enough. But then it becomes like this good versus evil thing. But who can judge which is the other? You know, they kind of become the same thing when you're living in a virtual land, which is essentially what it is. Whereas of course in the past, the whole thing was about fantasizing about this make-believe entity. So I guess I would probably argue, and I haven't really thought about this before, but yeah, it seems like the internet has become the new prayer, or the new form of like dishing yourself out to the ether, not knowing whether you're going to be seen, and in a lot of ways knowing or receiving a very minimal response, and yet you validate that more than you would your next door neighbor, or convenience store worker or whatever. It has a value to it that is exceeded beyond any expectations, really, because it's already held in such high regard. Yet, the response you're getting from it is minimal at best, and still from random fucking strangers that you don't know. It's a bizarre world we're living in now. But well, that's it from me. There's no more donations, no more to go on. Thank you very much for joining. It's been a pleasure as always. Oh. And well, I guess I'll see you next week. Maybe. Thanks for all these spin the wheel contributions. It's always appreciated. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you later.